Welcome to the working hour.
Again, welcome to the working hour.
I'm Mike.
And I'm Shane, and this is the working hour with Mike and Shane. I can smell the hops coming off this
Really?
shit.
I haven't,
Let's see.
I cracked mine a little early, but I haven't sipped it yet. Ooh, that's a very strong IPA.
I'm going to see what the percentage on that.
Well, I mean, just like the pine
The
solid taste.
Yeah.
It's good, though. Like, I like that taste.
That's like a 6.5.
I can get down on that.
Yeah.
I've been like, I mean, nothing extravagant. Just like whenever I go to Myers or... Really Myers, because that's like the general...
The
They don't have a
place.
huge beer selection,
Yeah.
and it's just easy to get to on the way home. But they have
Mhm.
decent enough stuff, and I'm trying to get IPAs that aren't like 9%.
Right.
Because I just drink like 2 of them, and I'm like...
Fuck.
Or if I drink like the 6, well, like I've been drinking the Shandy like almost every night.
Really?
I already went through my first pack.
Did
but
you?
I gave 2 to Lindsay.
Okay.
Because I wasn't going to like...
She liked them, though.
Yeah, she liked them. So I'll tell you, the first night she had it, she was like, oh, he really likes it this much? It's very... I think she said raspberry.
Yeah. Yes.
And then the next night she was like, this is definitely a boat beer. I would definitely bring this on the boat.
Yes.
And
yes.
it's like, I think it grew on her. And
Yeah.
she's had it before.
Yeah.
So...
Did she have a little bit to drink beforehand?
I told her to have another one beforehand, yeah.
Yeah.
I had my second one last night after a Yingling. I think she had one last night too after a Yingling. You like Yingling?
Yeah.
Yeah, Yingling's pretty good.
Yeah. Not like, I mean, obviously not my favorite. But
Yeah, but
like,
it's for like a basic
yeah.
bare bones beer, I feel like.
Yeah, like
in
if
that category.
If I go to the gas station, I can't like really decide on anything else. Like, fuck, I'll get some Yingling. Absolutely. Well, hell yeah, dude. No, if you want to buy more. By the way, the Erie Shandy is back. It was last week. Whenever we were chilling after the pod wrapped, we were on the couch, and I like just checked for shits and giggles.
And you're like, bro,
I'm like, it is back.
Hey, yeah.
So that was nice, and I'm glad I have a good stock of it. If you want to buy like another 4-pack, I got you. So
I appreciate you because I was like, I didn't even put the other 4-pack in the fridge,
dude.
Because I was like, I don't want to just fucking go through them. I'm like, I want to like. Obviously, I'm going to drink them. I'm going to enjoy them. But it's like, I can't just be drinking them on like a cold day. Like, I need to save this for...
when it's nice.
But no, I would definitely probably buy some.
Yeah.
Next payday.
What was I going to say? Dude, okay, no, the day that I went to go get those and I came back, that night I had like 6 of those. Yeah, I drank fucking 6 of the 16-ounce cans. So like that, and I went and whenever I went to go get them, I had a glass, and then I got the flights and I just sampled some stuff, and obviously I got like the little one of the Shandy, which I saved for last naturally. But so between like the glass I had there, the little flight glass that I had, and the like 6 16-ounce cans, I had close to 120 ounces of that shit in a day. So like your boy basically drank
no room for water.
I basically drank like 340s of that shit. And the funny thing was, I woke up the next day feeling all right. And like whenever I was taking like my 5th pee at the night, it's like the pee's still pretty clear. So that's
You're like, this is actually pretty healthy. This is a
God.
good diet.
Yeah, I'm very hydrated. So hell yeah though. But I still need to see if I can fucking clean this thing because this is filthy.
No. Dirt. What happened to it?
Remember we had those one-beers that were the
sour
the
red ones, and they just exploded.
I don't know what the fucking deal
was.
That was
weird, dude.
I opened it up and it was fine,
now.
and it just
it just
volcano,
came.
bro. But so are we jumping straight into the album?
You want to? We can get into it.
Let's do it. So this week we reviewed "This Is All Yours" by Alt J. Released September 22nd of 2014 with a runtime of 64 minutes and 35 seconds, and it is under the label Infectious. So, and it's the follow-up to An Awesome Wave, which when I pulled it up on Spotify, it seemed to be like predominantly the songs that were like their most listened to were off that album.
Yeah.
So.
It was also nominated for a Grammy Award for Best Alternative Music Album.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
I don't know if it won. I'm assuming not, because I'm assuming
it would say it won.
Yeah. But I mean, that's pretty good, especially for a second album. You're nominated for a Grammy.
Yeah. The members are Joe Newman, guitar, bass, vocals. Tom Green, not that Tom Green, different Tom Green, spelled Thom, kind of like Thom Yorke.
Yeah, I seen that. Yeah.
But he was on drums. Gus Unger Hamilton on keyboard and backup vocals. I like that name, Unger.
Unger. Is it Unger?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know like what like.
I knew a Mike Unger.
I don't know like what that would originate from, like what the scent they would come
Unger
from.
of the Unger.
Unger of the Hamilton. There you go. So its critical reception was mostly positive. Generally, it got like an 8 out of 10 or 4 out of 5 stars, except for Pitchfork. That was an outlier with a 4.0 out of 10. Woof.
Woof.
I
I would not give it a 4. At
no.
worst, I'd give it like a 6.
Yeah, at worst.
At worst.
Yeah. And like this was another case where like the more I listen to it, the more I'm like, yeah, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. I didn't think it was bad at any point.
Yeah,
but like,
it definitely grew on me. Which I don't know if it's a thing with repetition with these albums, because it's like
Right.
every time I just start to like one more.
Mhm.
But it definitely did grow on me towards the end.
Yeah. Yeah. Especially like the listen I had last night, like I kind of knew where I could kind of like jump ahead and skip.
Yeah, I did too. I would listen to like parts of a song and then maybe fast forward like a minute. Because I already listened to the album enough. I just didn't really sit down and write notes.
Right, right. And that's mostly what I do on my like final listen. Usually I might do like a partial listen.
I feel like that's good because you listen to it enough to get a good idea, rough edges of it, and then you sit down and listen to it more time and smooth out the edges.
I tend to give myself like a little refresher like the day of, but that doesn't necessarily mean listening to the whole thing.
I didn't listen to any of it today.
But what did you think though?
Overall, I liked it.
Yeah.
I thought it was pretty good. Yeah, it definitely there's parts of it where it was I don't know, kind of dry for me to like write stuff about, but I mean I filled a decent bit of notes this week.
Yeah.
But overall, I liked it. There's plenty of good songs on it. Like, definitely added some. I don't know if I added any like songs, but I probably will. There's I don't want to get into my favorite tracks off the album, but there's definitely some good tunes on it.
Yeah, I've got. It looks like just under a page and a half of notes for it. Let's see here. Oh yeah, so the singles off of it are Hunger of. Sorry, I probably should have got this in there before we got to this. The singles were Hunger of the Pine, Left Hand Free, Every Other Freckle, and
Warm Foothills.
You got it. And the band is really should have opened with this earlier. Indie rock, indie pop, art rock, and folktronica. Fuck me, can I see that?
Yeah, I seen that on the Wikipedia. Also, we should have probably added this too. I'll just jump on your bandwagon there, and we'll get back there.
Okay.
I did mention it was nominated for a Grammy. This album topped in the UK albums chart.
Okay.
Which it was written in England, I think.
Okay.
I think. Don't quote me on that. I think I read that though. It reached number 4 in the United States, and it was number 2 in Belgium, which these countries are kind of crazy. Belgium, Australia, and Canada. And number 4 in the United States. Like I said, so
it hit number 2 in all of those countries.
Yeah, it says runner-up in Belgium, Australia, and Canada. Also, I have a little tidbit real quick before we get into this. I think it's funny. When you listen to yours, do you listen on Spotify?
Yeah.
Do you ever use the Spotify DJ?
Not really.
So every week that we've done a podcast, all right, at least the last 2. I don't think it happened with Echoes when we did our first album review. But like,
I had to catch up.
Well, no, my Spotify DJ will be like, this week, I was mowing grass and I made a point last night after I mowed grass to like write this in my notes. It tells me, it's like, next we're listening to the Red Clay Strays because you've been listening to them a lot lately. Last week you were in the number 1 percentage for overall listeners. Well, the week before that, I didn't really think it was funny and I didn't think it was mentioning, but now that it's happened 2 weeks ago, the week before that it was Hum.
Yeah.
It was like, you listened to Hum more than anybody else in the world last week. And it's like,
that's hilarious.
Damn, really?
Fuck. You're like, I must have really got in on that.
And it kind of sucks because it just like, it'll play like random songs. Like the other day I was at work and I'm dirty at work. I can't just mix it. We'll get on with the album in a minute. I'm going on with the tangent. But like it played Stones Throw by the Red Clay Strays, which if you listen to that review, I wasn't crazy about it. And I just got to suffer through it. So anyways, that's my Spotify DJ story.
Okay.
I'm assuming it might happen with Alt J this week. I'll let you know what happens.
All right. I was going to say, maybe they'll recommend an awesome way to start queuing that up.
Well, I actually heard I might have heard a song off that and I actually added to my like songs.
Diesel Box or something like that.
I don't know if it's off the same album. Something Crushed.
Okay.
Crushed something. I don't know. We'll look it up later.
Interesting. Before we like get into the tracks, why do you think it was like? Because I know you like initially texted me and you're like, "Hey, I'm doing my first listen." You're like, "Oh, I'm kind of struggling to kind of come up with something here." Do you think maybe like they're just a little too like abstract?
Not so much that. It was just a lot of like instrumental and not like really clear.
Yeah,
I don't want to say dialogue, but I don't know how else to say it. Like it was kind of hard to. I mean, it was good. Like I had emotion and stuff behind, like listening to it and everything. Like I did
yeah,
have reactions to it, but it was just hard for me to write
no, for sure. And like,
about it. And even the songs where there was pretty good lyrics, it was still hard for me to like
kind of get
kind of
what they
connect.
mean.
But then
Yeah,
last night when I sat down, I was able to write a pretty decent little bit. There's still a couple tracks uh, that it was kind of hard, and I just had to kind of stretch. Like I probably literally wrote, I don't have much for this.
no, there are absolutely like a few tracks on here that I'm like, yeah, I don't really have much to say because blank. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
But
So
overall, like I thought it was a good album. Like we were talking about, definitely grew on me.
yeah. So all right, we'll jump into it.
Let's get into it.
The intro track is called Intro. 4 minutes and 38 seconds. I have written down la 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 la, and I'm like also like I'm picking up like electric flute. That was interesting. Um, for the lyrics, I got "Fall on Your Heart," "Wait for the Dark." A lot of different sounds like layered at the same time. Pretty basic intro for the most part. I gave it a 5 out of 10. There's I one thing I kind of like felt for this song, and I kind of felt it for a lot of the album is there's a whole lot like going on musically, like setting like this grand like I don't know, I want to say like grand stage, but like just like this big vibe with all these different instruments, and I feel like they're not really your traditional instruments. Like I'm swearing I'm hearing like flute, maybe I thought I heard like a maraca at one point, like
Yeah, I think it
you
ends on
know,
that.
yeah,
You like hear that, and I'm like, what is this? Hope Sandoval? You got
yeah,
Stevie in there?
yeah. So maybe even like a tambourine here and there, like just all sorts of shit.
More like tamboring.
Ooh, got his bitch ass. Why don't you take that music right back to England?
Actually,
Anyway.
though, I'm pretty surprised. You're very critical. Like I'm looking at my score for it, and I'm like, damn. You think 5 out of 10? I ain't asking you to second guess yourself.
Well, I mean, like
I mean, I'm
it's
just that's a very critical point.
it is, but like the thing is like, would I ever like cue this up to be like, bro, listen to
Yeah,
this? No, no.
that's a good point.
I mean,
I wouldn't
like,
either. I wouldn't either. I'll support you on that.
yeah, I guess I kind of graded it from that standpoint. As far as like just being like included in the album, like if you're doing like a full listen to, I would probably bump it up like a point and a half. I'd give it like a 6.5. But like as far as just like regular like re-listenability, it's like a 5 for me. It really is just an intro.
Yeah,
There's some vocals, but it's like really fucking hard to like.
yeah. Well, see, that's the thing. You got anything else to add before I
No,
fucking jump on this?
no.
I was so last night when I listened to it, I had the laptop what I'm reading off of now, half screen my document, and then half screen Spotify lyrics, and it
Hmm.
literally was like no lyrics available.
Yeah, dude,
And I'm
I
like,
had
well,
to
this is
dig.
gonna make it, and that was the first one because I only wrote stuff for Lovely Day.
Okay.
Not to be a name dropper on what goes on later in the album, but I only wrote stuff for that because that was easy for me to listen to because I was like, well, I'm kind of interested.
Yeah.
Uh, but I kind of had similar vibes to what you did. I thought it was pretty catchy. Um, on the first time I listened to it, now not so much last night, but the first time I listened to it, which is probably like a week ago, it had me really intrigued for how the rest of the album was because I didn't
Yeah.
really expect a lot on the first song because I've kind of learned like it's not always they don't
Yeah.
always start swinging.
Right.
Um, I thought around the 2 minute mark, the song kind of picked up a little bit and
It
it was
did.
a little bit better.
Because it's a lot of la 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 la
Yeah,
la for like a minute or
yeah,
so.
which I wasn't totally against that because this album kind of has a theme of it takes a minute sometimes to get going.
Yeah.
Um, but at the 2 minute mark, like I said, it changes a little bit. I thought it was a little faster, a little bit more bassy, a little bit more normal music. Like I kind of get what you were saying,
Hmm.
but kind of more like the sound. Now, I didn't know this going into it, but off the rest of the album, it kind of meshes into more of that towards the end.
For sure.
Um, overall, I gave it a 6.5 to 7 out of 10.
Okay.
So I was kind of right there with you, but um, yeah, that's all I got.
Okay. Second track, Arriving in Nara, running at 4 minutes and 13 seconds. The thing that like really like the first thing that got my attention was kind of the piano and the guitar at the
Yep,
start.
yep. I put lovely piano on the intro.
Really
Same.
nice.
Yeah.
Very nice. Though I cannot see, I hear her smile as she sings. Um, then I was kind of pleasantly surprised whenever like the violin and the lyrics kicked in around like the 2 minute mark. Definitely, I put that it feels like an interlude, similar to the intro, but I definitely like it more.
Hmm.
I gave it a 6 out of 10. Just like, and it's a lot of the same thing where it's like, would I queue up Arriving in Nara for someone just off the cuff, like, bro, listen to this? No. Gave it a 6 within the context of the album because Nara comes up. It's
It's kind of a
it's
theme, yeah.
yeah, because it's arriving in Nara, and then leaving Nara.
Do you know what
Like,
Inara is?
I do not.
It's Japan,
Oh, is it?
supposedly, yeah.
Okay,
I seen
interesting.
that a lot when I looked it up. Now I don't know if that's specifically what they're referencing, but that is a place in Japan.
Cool. Do you want to pause for the cause for a sec?
Yes, we are going to pause for the cause, and we'll be right back. We'll talk a little bit more about this track before we move on.
Absolutely.
All right, so we're back. You said you had a couple of things to add to Rival and Nara. I have a couple things too, but I'll go after you. Go ahead.
For sure. Kind of got most of what I have listed for. I just said feels like the interlude, similar to the feels like an interlude, similar to the intro, but I do enjoy it a little bit more because it does feel like it's like building to something. You know what I mean? Because it is. I gave it a 6 out of 10, and I added it like kind of goes out with like fly noises, which I thought was like kind of strange. I really wasn't sure. I was like, oh, okay, weird. I wasn't expecting that, but that's all I have for arriving in Nara.
Did you listen to it with the lyrics?
Uh, I, I did, but like I got yeah. Though I cannot see, I hear her smile when she sings. That's all I have from the lyrics.
So I thought it was a pretty sad song. But like you said, it's 2 minutes of just piano uh, and the guitar. I didn't really pick up much of the guitar. I'm sure it was there. I just kind of noted the piano. So it's like 2 minutes of that, and
Hmm.
then you start to get the lyrics. Um, I thought it was quite different than intro.
Yeah,
Still similar, but I think just it was a lot softer.
yeah,
So it kind of made me a little bit more. I don't know. It took a different turn, but it kind of didn't. I don't know. Uh, I thought it had a little bit more depth than track one. I give it a 7 out of 10. But again, kind of like what you were saying, I wouldn't. This isn't something I would throw on for someone listening to anything off this album. Like I wouldn't really just
yeah.
cue this up.
It's like if you're listening to the album, I'd probably give like a lot of the songs probably like a better rating. But if you're just looking for like just straight like songs to just pluck from this album to listen to, it wouldn't be one of them, in my opinion. So, track number 3, Nara, running at 4 minutes and 56 seconds. For the lyrics, I found a love to love like no other can. Love is the warmest color. And I kind of listed like the Nara significance because 3 songs on the album with Nara in the title. Picked up in this song, it was tambourine, maraca, piano, a lot of instruments. What is Nara? And I gave it a 6.5 out of 10.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I thought the song was like if I was listening to it my first time through, which kind of gave it this rating last night when I listened to it, probably on my third, maybe fourth time through.
Hmm.
Um, I thought it kind of raised the bar more. It definitely was better than track one and track two in my opinion.
Hmm.
Uh, Again, it's around 2 minutes and 10 seconds is what I clocked it at when the track kind of picks up.
Yeah.
Um,
There's a lot of building going on here.
yeah, and I thought once it got to that 2 minute and 10 threshold, right around there, it picked up for me, and I thought it was really good. And I thought it flowed really good. And there was a little bit more lyrics on it. I didn't write any of the lyrics.
Hmm.
There was lyrics on this, wasn't it? So I
Yeah.
didn't put down anything specific, but and with this album, you kind of don't know if some of the songs are just going to be like intro. They're saying something, but like you can't really decipher it.
Yeah.
Um, Overall, I thought the song flowed good. I thought it had a little bit of a catchy vibe to it. I gave it a 7 out of 10.
Okay. It seems like, honestly, it's kind of wild. It seems like you're a little more
Well,
generous.
I didn't
Like,
think of any of them were bad necessarily. Like none of these really turned me off. But yeah, a lot of my scores are around the 7.
okay.
Which obviously I think more to me, it's like if it was a scale 1, 2, and 3, my 7 is like a 2. My
Hmm.
1 would be like I don't think I'm ever gonna rate anything at a 5 though. I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I have some 10s out of 10s on here, but they come later in the album. So.
Yeah.
Anything else?
No.
Okay, on to track number 4. No, 5.
No, track 4. Every Other Freckle.
Okay, track number 4. Every Other Freckle. Running at 3 minutes and 36 seconds. I want to share your mouthful. I want to do all the things your lungs do so well. I put this feels like it kind of feels like this is where like more traditional songwriting and structure like kind of starts to pick up for the album. You know what I mean? I mean, obviously they were going for something before, but this is probably like the first song off of the album that I could be like, oh yeah, check this song out. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Um, yeah, it feels like feels like the start of the album, even though that isn't entirely fair. I like the drum build up. Have no idea what this band is talking about, but it sure sounds cool. Um, Flute, and I put do 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 do
I did
do.
too, dude. I literally did put that.
All hands claps. And I also wrote electronic cowbell? Question mark. Cool song. I
We
gave
need
it
more
a
electric cowbell.
yeah. I gave it like a 7.3 out of 10.
7.3 out of 10.
Yeah, I know it's very specific, but like, yeah, that's what we got.
So the first time I listened to it, I didn't really get the song. I kind of just, I don't know, glassed over it, if you want to call it that. I kind of followed it last night with the lyrics. I thought it was pretty good, pretty well written. Um, I put that it was my favorite song this far on the first like real through listen
Yeah,
up to this point. So out of track four, Every Other Freckle would be my favorite out of 1, 2, and 3 and 4.
I feel like it was the one with like the most substance.
Yeah,
You know.
which I was kind of like, I don't know if what he's saying is right. And then I seen like my favorite song on the first listen. And I put the same thing. I love a song with the do 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 do. Yeah,
Yeah.
I can't exactly remember how I said it,
Right.
to what pitch and all that, but I gave it a 7.5 out of 10.
Okay, so we were pretty close on that one.
Yes.
Okay. All right, track number 5. Left Hand Free. Yeah, I see you warming up for that one. Yeah, he likes this song.
I do.
2 minutes and 53 seconds.
Kind of short.
Song about masturbation. I know that. So,
Is it really?
yeah.
Is it really?
Left hand's free and your right's in grip.
That's weird because I'm left-handed, but I
Slide and
do
slip.
use my right hand.
There you go. See? You're like, it just feels different.
Might have to play this next time I.
Speak. Yeah, bro. My left hand free. So, ain't shady lady, I'm hot like the prodigal son.
Yep, I wrote that down.
Pick a petal, eeny, meeny, miny, mo, no, and flower, you're the chosen one. Well, your left hand's free and your right's in grip. And then I like the part, it was like towards the end, one of the choruses, it's like, speak easy. I don't know, I like that. Also, it sounds like later on in the song, whenever like the drums kind of start, kind of sounds like marching band drums almost.
Okay.
I can definitely I can see why this is a single, very catchy, and I put more electric flutes? Question mark. I give it an 8 out of 10.
Okay. So I like the intro, like you're saying. Ain't shady, baby. I'm hot.
Yeah.
I put that it kind of, and I know a lot of people say Greta Van Fleet sounds like, I almost said Leonard Skinner. Sounds like Led Zeppelin.
Yeah.
But I thought it maybe had a little bit of a Greta Van Fleet vibe at the end. Just the opening line. The rest of the song, not really.
Yeah.
It quickly became my favorite song for sure. Like it was one where I was like, I don't really have a lot to say about it though.
Yeah.
But it is a very catchy song. But there's not a lot of substance there, I feel like. But it is a very this is a song I would play for someone to introduce them, I think.
I think this might be the shortest song on the album thus far. Anyways.
Yes, this far, yeah. It's the only one under 3 minutes.
It hasn't cracked 3. So yeah, I mean there's not, like you said, there's not a whole lot to really say about it, but it is good, and it's the highest rated song I have so far. So.
Yeah. Same for me. I gave it an 8.5 out of 10.
Hell yeah.
And I think it's mostly, like I said, based on the catchiness.
Yeah, that's nice.
But you can listen to some catchy songs and they don't really have a lot of depth to them. They're kind of, it's just a catchy tune.
Just are what they are.
Yeah.
Track number 6, Garden of England, Interlude. It's 1 minute and 8 seconds long. flute, and nature sounds. That's it. I gave it a 3.5 out of 10 because, like,
I didn't give it a rating, and all I have is it's just super short.
yeah,
Feels like a little intro to me. Doesn't really go at all with the album to my like in my opinion. Um,
yeah,
it's
it
kind of like why is this even?
does feel like an outlier.
Yes, 100%. I didn't think it was terrible by no means, but it's just like why are you here?
Do you think it's like it would be too sharp of a contrast to go from Left Hand Free to Choice Kingdom?
Well, I kind of wondered if it was like to break the album up because you would technically still have 5 songs on each side,
Mm-hmm.
or if you split it, right?
Yeah.
No, I'm sorry, there's 13 tracks, so that wouldn't work.
Okay.
Maybe, but even then, I'm like, I don't know. It just seems like a weird thing to throw in there. If anything, I feel like you could have maybe just let Left Hand Free wind out another 15, 20 seconds into something that kind of changes and it
That would like kind of
slowly.
like
Yes, but
lead into Choice
that's not
Kingdom.
something I really get from this album yet because a lot of the songs they're similar. They're very similar, but they aren't the same.
Yeah.
They're cut from a different cloth. There's just different designs on the cloth
Fair.
and the cuts.
Yeah. I mean, you know, they're all different types of meats, but they're all smothered in the same sauce. Track number 7 is Choice Kingdom. Runs 4 minutes and 17 seconds. I put it has a pretty like kind of like the vibe is kind of foreboding in the opening, kind of spacey. Choice Kingdom,
Yeah,
their voice. Hear them, our Choice Kingdom. Light drumming and like there's like starts to incorporate like a twinkling sound. Um, there's a keyboard like build up on the end that I really like, and the I mean, really, aside from that, there's not too much going on. I put it's pretty nice and simple, but it works well. I give it like a 7 out of 10.
okay. So I put it. It's another song like the running theme of this album. Kind of takes a minute before you get any lyrics, if there's lyrics. Um, I kind of put that the album kind of has that structure. To my point, what I just said, it kind of just takes a minute before the songs really get into it.
Yeah,
I felt like their way of doing that kind of helps create a vibe for the song. Kind of like I don't know, lets you get warmed up, meet and greet. I guess the song before it really drops in. I don't know if I'm crazy about that.
hmm
Um, But I did like this one. I gave it a 7 out of 10. I thought it's totally different than Left Hand Free. I put it's a very easy listen
yeah,
compared to Left Hand Free, but not a great song. But I'd still give it a 7 out of 10.
okay,
Not a bad song, not a great song. Didn't blow my socks off, but
it's there.
it's there. Yeah.
All right.
Track number 8, buddy. Yahungi.
I should start writing like a number next to him. Yeah, the next song, track number 8, is Hunger of the Pine. Runs 4 minutes and 59 seconds. Opening, you know. Let me see what else I have here. It is probably, I have it written down as like the second Alt J song that I ever heard.
Yeah, it's the one that you introduced me to for sure.
And I had used like YouTube to MP3 downloader back in the day.
Word.
To download it to my phone. And it was funny because like during the intro, like when it was doing that, it had like mouse clicks.
Nice, dude. I had a couple. I wish I still had them because, like, sometimes. Do you ever listen to the song and you still
Yeah,
can like hear the mouse
yeah,
clicks? Yeah.
yeah,
And
yeah,
you're like, "Fuck, I missed that version."
yeah.
Yeah, I can't remember exactly what I had, but I had a couple songs where there was like audio distortion or something, and it's like
That kind of added to it
I
a
kind
little
of
bit.
like this a little bit.
Yeah. So
It's like me. It's a little damaged, but
yeah, but it's
it's still
unique.
good.
Yeah,
It's a good character.
it's a real character. It's a real character. But like, I remember like for the longest time I heard it, and the lyrics are, "I'm a female rebel." Whenever I heard that back in the day, I was like, I'm gonna eat their egg roll." Like, it's what it's what I fucking heard, and that's what I
That's good,
said. So
dude.
I'm gonna eat their egg roll, bro. Um, Song is about pining, just missing someone so much it's like a hunger, sleepless yearning. I'm there for you, be there for me. I'll hum the song the soldiers sing as they march outside my window. Hunger of the Pine. I put fuck yeah, 10 out of 10. I love this song.
So, that part where it says, I'm gonna eat your egg roll.
Yeah.
Do you know who that is?
Who is that?
All right. So, Hunger of the Pawn. I have this is straight from Wikipedia. This isn't me. This isn't Mike Smarts. This is just copy and paste. Um, this was written after their bass player,
Mm-hmm.
Will Sansbury.
Okay.
Uh, he left in 2014, so they wrote it after that.
Okay.
It features a sample of 4x4 by Miley Cyrus
No
of her
shit!
singing "I'm a Female Rebel."
I always
I'm
thought it
so glad
sounded
you
like
didn't
her.
know because I seen this last night and I'm a fan of Miss Cyrus, and I'm like,
Okay.
so. Anyways, the band asked Miley Cyrus if they could sample. According to Newman, she was cool with it. That was me doing air quotations if you didn't see because it's audio. He said that Miley Cyrus has been, quote, really supportive of us, and she's a fan, I think, which is really nice.
Hell yeah.
So I initially going into it, I was like, well, at least I know Hunger the Pine, and that's a pretty cool song, but I really don't have a lot for it. I thought it was very catchy,
Yeah.
but I think it kind of dropped off for me because I kind of went into this thinking that it was going to be the best.
Uh-huh. No?
I still give it a 8 out of 10 because I think
Yeah.
it is catchy, and the fact that Miley Cyrus is in it, I thought kind of amped it up a little bit for me just because I thought that was a neat little tidbit.
No, for sure it is. It's funny because I always like kind of got like a Miley vibe from it, but I didn't know it was her.
Yeah, once I heard that, I was like, okay, all right.
Sick.
And then it's just her saying, I'm a female rebel, and it's like, yeah, that's some mud girl stuff right there.
Yeah. So yeah, and I don't know. Back in the day, I always thought of Green Room whenever I heard this song for whatever reason.
Yeah.
Just the pine trees.
The woodsy vibe to it, yeah.
I never thought of pine as in like I was pining over this person.
Yeah, I
you know what
didn't
mean?
really ever take it for that either. I didn't really listen too much to it specifically, but I mean, it is a good song.
Yeah,
I can see why it was a single.
Yeah, and it just I don't know. It has a vibe to it that I really dig. I appreciate it very much. So it's second song I ever listened to by them. It's what got me interested in them as a band, and a good part of why I picked this album. It was like that and Lovely Day. Those were like the two like songs I primarily knew from this, and then I kind of knew Left Hand Free like later on, and I was like, yeah, what the fuck? Let's listen to it.
Yeah, Left Hand Free is solid. So is this though.
Oh,
Hunger of the Pine's a good song.
for sure. One sec, I just gotta get this cat down.
You're good.
Oh,
Is that all you had for Hunger of the Pond?
That is all I have.
All right, so we'll get into it. Track 9 coming up next. Warm Foothills coming in at 3 minutes 45 seconds. I'm gonna go ahead and take the lead on this one.
Do it.
Because you've been doing the lead.
Yeah, sorry, I
no,
wasn't
you're
sure if
good,
you want to
you're good, 'cause
alternate or
yeah.
not. but-
Well, no, you're good because this is your album. You can take the lead. So yeah, track number 9, Warm Foothills. I love the string strumming on the intro. I'm not super musically inclined, but I thought the strumming was kind of nice.
Mm-hmm.
Really, I didn't see a lot of that on the other tracks, or maybe I just didn't notice it.
Yeah.
Again, it's another song like I've been saying. I hate to keep beating the dead horse, but it kind of takes a minute to get going.
It does.
I thought it sounded quite different lyrically.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think was this the song you were playing when I got here? No.
No.
Okay. This isn't the one I'm thinking of though, because it doesn't sound like there's a lot of vocals. But anyways, I put where he's like your foothills,
Mm-hmm.
you're warm.
Mm-hmm.
And I like the whistling in it. Yeah, I like a song with the whistles and the doo-doo-doo-doos and some finger snapping.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. So I put overall this would probably be my top 5 in the album, and I wasn't crazy about it.
Okay.
It's not something I would play for everybody, but I mean, if like me and Lindsay were listening to music, I'd probably play this for. It's like a soft little song.
Yeah.
I give it a 7 out of 10, which I know I've been giving a lot of 7s out of 10, but I would give this a 7 out of 10.
This song I put as an upbeat start about like 40 seconds into the song. I put that it's very folk, like indie, like kind of folk vibe to it. It's just the whistling. I like that. You know,
Yeah.
that's very folky of it. Let's see. I enjoyed the male and female like duo that they
Okay,
had.
that's what I was thinking of earlier. I thought it was somebody else on
Yeah.
vocals. I don't have their name.
And I like the way just they sung together because it would be like he would say like
Very alternate.
yeah, he would say like 2 or 3 words, she would say like 2 or 3 words, and it
No, I
just like
liked it too.
back and forth. And I can't really think of a whole lot of songs that I've heard that in. It really kind of like it was a little jarring the first time I heard it, but then like
I liked it. I can see what
hey,
you're saying though. It's a little different, but yeah, I did like that.
yeah, it's very unique, and it's something that I wouldn't have really thought to want in a song, but I'm like, it works. The song feels like pretty different from a lot of the album. Like I said, this really wears like the folk on its sleeve.
Yeah, I thought lyrically it sounded completely different.
Um, Blue dragonflies dart to and fro. I tie my life to your balloon and let it go. I put that it's very soft and dreamy. I gave it a 8 out of 10. So, just you want to do the shot real quick?
Yeah, let's get the shot out of the way.
What are we drinking? What is this?
This is just Maker's Mark. I
Sick.
believe that's what was in the flask before I brought it here today, so that's what I poured in. So it might be 2 whiskeys, but I think it's just Maker's Mark.
Okay.
Shabatabaka.
Got a little bite on it.
Little bite.
Little woo.
And that is it for this week. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, we're done. I'm gonna go throw up now.
Oh, that was rough.
That was warm. I think
this is I don't know.
Next
It was
song.
a pretty big shot though.
Next song. Do you want to take the lead on this one since I've kind of taken most of it?
I can. Yeah.
I'll tell you what. Fuck it, man. Why don't you just?
We don't have to alternate. It's cool.
No.
I
was gonna say, why don't? I mean, I've done.
Fucking Shane hurt my feelings. He's reading all the fucking doing all the intros. Whose name is first on the podcast?
Yeah, that's true. Whose idea was in the first place? You're like, who bought this fucking recording equipment
for your birthday?
Who brought the fucking whiskey? I mean, shit, dude. I introed every song.
No, you're good.
Through Hunger of the Pine. Why don't you close out the album?
I can do that.
Yeah,
no problem. So track number 10. I actually have the right run times. You know how we've always had I always have ones that are a little different.
Yeah.
So I got mine off Spotify.
Mm-hmm.
I'm assuming that's where you got yours. So, anyways, long story short, me and Shane got the same run times. So we're following this up. Track number 9 is followed up by track number 10. Believe that. It's called The Gospel of John Hurt. Clocks in at 5 minutes and 16 seconds.
Do you know who John Hurt is?
It sounds familiar, but afraid not.
Do you want me to tell you who he is?
Yeah.
He was the first actor to ever be chest bursted in Alien. Yeah.
Okay.
In the original Alien, he's the guy that gets fucking face hugged and the thing pops out of his chest.
Okay. Work.
So, yeah.
So a little bit of the lyrics. No space. L-shaped. Tetris. Tile seeking somewhere. Oh, somewhere to fit in. So I liked it. I like where they're singing, ooh, coming out of the woodwork.
Mm-hmm.
Very catchy. I would put it up there with Left Hand Free on the catchiness scale.
Okay.
But I think this song has a little bit more depth to it, which I like, which makes it a better song for me. For me, it's my favorite lyrically written song off the album. 100%. I thought just a lot of catchiness. And I like the no space, L-shaped Tetris. That just, I don't know. That creates a vibe for me.
It's unique.
Yes, for sure. I've never really heard something like that. What did you think?
So here's what I have written down. No space, L-shaped, Tetris, tile seeking, somewhere to fit in. I put Alien, chest burst like John Hurt because that's in the lyrics. And he's the guy that got his fucking chest burst.
That's an interesting point.
Yeah. I like that the twinkling turns into guitar, which turns into whoa, coming out of the woodwork.
Yes.
And I do like the EXTINCT. Whoa, coming I don't know. It's cool. They do that a handful of times where they just spell out a word, and
I thought that was different.
Yeah, it's unique.
What would you rate that?
Sorry, I just got a text.
No, you're good.
Watch, kind of got distracted. I really love the last 2 minutes of the song, it becomes very bombastic, kind of, because it starts off like pretty simple, no space, a little bit of time, L
Yes,
shape,
just talking to you, some Johnny Cash
space,
bullshit.
Tetris, space, tile seeking, and then it like really builds to like this crescendo.
Hmm.
I put that it just sounds like a song of two halves. I gave it an 8 out of 10. The song kind of flew under my radar initially, and then like the more I listened to it, the more I was like,
No,
fuck, okay.
I remember when he texted me probably a couple days ago, and you were like, "Yeah." I think I was. What song did I tell you? Left Hand Free. I was like,
Hmm.
"I'm really digging it," and you were like, "Yeah." And you gave me a couple songs, and I do specifically remember you agreed with me on Left Hand Free, but you mentioned the Gospel of John Hurt.
Yeah,
I would give it a 8.5 to 9 out of 10.
sick,
I thought it was pretty good.
dude. I remember it
I
was
would stick more on the 8.5, 9, maybe stretching a little bit, but good
yeah.
song.
No, it was
It's a long song now. 5 minutes and 16 seconds. It's a very long song.
yeah. I texted you that the day that I went up to Erie. I remember
It's
it.
a Friday, yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I liked it. I gave it an 8 out of 10. Fuck, I might even like bump it up just a little, just because like the more I'm thinking about it, the more I'm like, yeah, I kind of want to listen to that now. Next song though.
Yeah, I might listen to it on the way home actually, just for that. Oh, coming out of the
Do
Do you think that's like a movie reference to Alien? Like maybe all the aliens are just coming out of the woodwork, and it's like
Well,
you're just outnumbered now.
well, I don't know.
Coming out of
You
the woodwork.
you've never seen the original Alien,
I
have
don't
you?
think I have.
Okay, well,
When was it? 80s?
70s.
Ooh,
It's like 78 or 79. I think it was 79.
almost.
Yeah, but it has the scene like, and this is like a pretty common thing with alien movies. Like you remember whenever we watched Romulus,
Yeah,
whenever it got to the yeah.
yeah, on the face. That's scary, dude.
Well,
My holes are vulnerable.
what I'm like kind of getting to is, do you remember like towards the end whenever it's like, oh, we made it off the ship, we're good, and then like shit starts going wrong, and there's like you kind of had like three acts, and then there's like a like surprise fourth act where it's like, fuck, now we have to deal with this.
I don't remember that, but
Well, no, it's whenever like they leave the Romulus space station and they're like flying back to whatever planet they're from, or like whatever planet they're going to, and then like the chick like and like
oh
gives
yeah, yeah,
birth
yeah,
to
yeah,
that thing,
yes.
and
Okay, I do remember that.
it's like fuck, we escaped, but now we have to deal with
Now we just
this.
have this on our ship.
Yeah, and we have to fucking take care of this.
On
So
our ship is shit.
it that is the thing that happens a lot in alien movies. In the original Alien, Ellen Ripley escapes the Nostromo. Fucking, she's on like a escape pod or whatever. It's like it's big, but like
Baby.
she's like getting ready to put herself on a hypersleep, and like she's like getting ready to suit up and whatnot. Well, no, she's degowning. She's getting down to her undies and the skivvies, and then like she like kind of like right. She's kind of like standing near this wall, and then like this hand fucking comes out, and this alien has been like on the escape pod like the entire time, and it just like yeah, he's like, "Ooh, why don't you keep going there?" But
Let me get them panties.
yeah, it like kind of blended in with the ship and kind of just. I was gonna say the little mouth comes out and
What if there just was a movie where like there was just some like the Keith I'm not gonna say his
Keith
last name. The KJ
KJ
of
aliens.
aliens.
It's like, flip this table so
Like
fucking
I'd love
quick.
to see a hillbilly like a white trash version of an alien.
Yeah, dude.
That's a movie.
He's like, you enjoy that skull, baby. So,
That's for you.
but
A premium cut.
yeah, that, and then they build their shit, their like cocoons like into the wall. So it could be a reference to Alien. I don't know. We've spent a lot of time on
Yes, we
this
have.
track.
Let's get going. All right. That's all you had, correct?
That's all I got.
What'd you give it as a rating? I'm sorry.
8 out of 10.
Okay. Track number 11, coming in at 3 minutes and 29 seconds. We have Pusher.
Mm-hmm.
Now I don't have a lot for this song.
I don't know.
I vibe with the strumming, the guitar. I started to notice that more on the second half of the album. I thought it was kind of a quieter song than most of the songs on the album. I like the lyrics. Are you a pusher or are you a puller? I know there were some lyrics after that, but that's really all I got.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was a pretty solid song. I give it a 7 out of 10.
I put mostly acoustic guitar. I put quietest song on the album because it really is just acoustic, you know. Are you a pusher or a puller? I pull the weight towards me, and I lack the zest of a lemon looking forward. I put simple acoustic, 7 out of 10.
All right. Moving on. Track number 12. It's a title called Blood Flood. coming in at 5 minutes and 19 seconds. Now, this one, I have a decent bit written here, but I don't have a bunch for this song. It's Blood Flood Part 2, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah, I didn't highlight that part. My fault. Anyways, coming in at 5 minutes and 19 seconds. Bloodfall Part 2. I thought the lyric line, razor blades on a melted toothbrush, is pretty crazy. Especially for these guys on this album. Now, I don't know a lot of All J, so I'm saying that just going and knowing this album up to track 12.
Yeah.
Overall, I like the flow of it. It's kind of more of an up-tempo song for them, but it sounds similar to what else they've put out on this album that's up-tempo.
Yeah.
The band kind of won me over with this song. It kind of made me like their sound more. So like how we were talking earlier, how the album kind of grew on me later, like the more I listened to it. This was a song where probably the first time I listened to it, probably didn't really do much for me. But when I listened to it last night, I was like, all right, you know what? This isn't a great song, but I like this. This is pretty good. I think this is why a lot of my ratings were like a 7 out of 10, which is like, I'll be honest, it's like a mediocre, not a bad song, but not a great song rating. If you were going to look at the Mike rating scale, when I show this to someone, no. But I feel like if I was playing it for a group of people, or like if you didn't know anything of this album and I played it, you'd probably be like, who is this? Maybe.
Yeah.
If you're around the right group of people, someone might be curious about this, but it's not something I would play for anybody specifically.
Yeah.
I give it a 6.5 to a 7 out of 10.
Okay. I put piano leads to electric drums, leads to horn, leads to piano, and then I put choir, question mark, because there was like a very like small window where I could have sworn I heard like a choir come in. And I like the way that all meshed together. Dead in the middle of the COMMON. Little did I know that the Mandela boys soon became Mandela men. I really like the window of 3:55 to 4:55, so it's just a minute where it starts like implementing, like you keep hearing in the background like the singer is singing, but then you also hear like this like yeah. And
I wonder if that's the dude on was a piano keyboard. I don't know, but he was backing vocals.
Yeah. And I really like that quite a lot, and I love the way that it kind of built up to that. Because yeah, it's like 5 minutes 19 seconds, and that's like kind of like basically the close of the song. Because then it kind of just fades out from there, pretty much after that part like subsides. Yeah, I really enjoyed that build up, and I gave it a 8 out of 10.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so we're ready to move on then. I take it.
Yep.
All right, track number 13, lucky number 13, coming in at 3 minutes. Leaving Nara. So, funny little note about this. Leaving Nara, I don't know if this was on the CD or the vinyl. Is this a tidbit we were talking about earlier? Do you know about it?
Where we were like the runtime?
Yes.
Probably not, no.
Okay. So, I have
wait, yes it is.
Okay, I have it written down here that Leaving Nara ends at 2 minutes. The hidden track, which is the next track that we're going to talk about, starts at 12 minutes through.
Yeah.
Because I was looking at runtimes and I'm like, where am I getting this 16 minutes? Like, is that a typo? What?
Yeah, something's not right here. This isn't adding up.
So there's a hidden track on the album if you listen to it, but if you're like us and you listen to it digitally, it's not a hidden track. It's right there. I can see it. I can click it. I can like it.
Yeah.
It's there. I can share it. I can do whatever I want to.
How do you feel about that?
I like a hidden track. Now, the fact that I can see it kind of spoils it, but good on them for putting out a hidden track, because I feel like if you put out an album and you have a hidden track on it, that's meant for your fans. Because if, like you and me, we're fans of physical media, for sure. Not always. Sometimes we both are fans, or not fans. We're both guilty, is a better word, of buying digital media because it's just more convenient. I don't have to leave my house. I can sit here naked after I feel guilty for rubbing one out. I can just order something. Forget about it.
How you doing on your beer?
I'm about there. About done. About ready for another one.
Okay.
Anyways.
Tell you what, we'll do this song, quick pee break. We'll grab another beer each, then we'll wrap up the album.
Gotcha.
We'll close out the pod.
Gotcha. Well, I have movie trivia. We're getting into my fucking movie trivia.
I'm saying like we will close out the pod with that and my thing. So
all right.
We'll get to that.
I'm cutting this. Where are we at? 49-13?
Do it.
49-44?
Oh, coming out of the woodwork.
Yes.
Are we still rolling right now?
Yes, we are.
Okay.
It's audio. I can cut it up. I don't know where we're at. So, leaving Nora. Back to it. Working hour. The song kind of starts off quicker. It gets to the point quicker than most of the songs on the album. I don't have a whole lot for it.
Yep.
I like the way they pronounced Alabama.
Yeah.
Alabama.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if that's how they pronounce it. It's hard to write stuff down and then sing it
Yeah.
when you don't really know the tunes all that well.
Right, you have to do like musical notes.
If
to,
I had
like,
some
kinda,
karaoke,
take
like a
pitch.
karaoke track, I could fucking knock this shit out of the park. You do a pretty good job of singing, I ain't gonna lie.
Thank you.
Better than me. I'm not saying you're good, but I'm saying you're better than me.
All right, well, no thanks.
Well, no, thanks. Thanks is necessary. You're good. You're good at it. Some are better than others. But sometimes I'm like, oh, he did that.
All right.
I buy his album.
Ooh.
I thought it was pretty short compared to the rest of the albums.
Naturally.
At 3 minutes. Technically, it ends at 2 minutes, which makes it
The second
the
shortest
second
song.
shortest. Yeah. Not a bad song. Lyrics weren't bad. I have nothing really against it. It just didn't do much for me. I get it a 6.5 out of 10.
Yeah. I put echoes into electric distortion, guitars, drums. Beauvais, Alabama. I'll bury my hands deep in the mane of my lover.
I like that line.
Ends at 2 minutes. Final track. I put final track, but like final.
Final
track.
in air quotations.
I guess like the one gripe I have about it, because like I mean that's really about all I have. I give it a 6 out of 10. I kind of expected there to be more like oomph behind like leaving Nara. Or, yeah, because it's like
Because the 2 other
yeah,
tracks.
there's 2 other tracks. It's like this really that
I never really thought of it like that, but that's a
It's like I guess we're gone.
that's a very valid point.
I guess I just expected a little more, given like the relevance of that.
Yeah, I didn't
rest
really
of the
think of it
album.
like that, but now that you're saying it, I'm like,
I'm about to dump this down a little bit.
it's like, let me retract my vote. No, I agree with what you're saying though.
Yeah.
I didn't really look at it like that, but
Now that I've mentioned it,
now that you mentioned it, I'm like,
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but yeah, no, I mean, that's the closing track. I mean, aside from the hidden track, which we will get into, but we'll fucking take a quick pre-break, grab ourselves another beer, come back, close out the album, do your trivia. We'll do my trivia. We'll do our trivia, and then we'll fucking upcoming movies, close out the album, yada yada yada.
close out the pod.
Close out the pod. I mean,
Or whatever, All right, guys, we'll be right back. All right, so we are back.
all right.
Cheers to being back. Tell them what we're drinking. Erie Brewing.
We are drinking Erie Brewing. This is Silly is their line of sour beers. This is a new one. This is their first like official run of this. This is the Peach Apricot, and it was brewed March 20th of 2025.
Oh, that's good.
Hmm?
That's pretty damn good. It's better than the last beer. I like the IPA, but this is good.
Bro, this is an 8%. This will get you turned.
This will get you turned.
Fucking like Alex.
Glad we split it.
Alex like rarely drinks, and I gave her one whenever I made the trip.
About to fucking give her a couple more,
No, I gave her a second one. I was like, here, have another. And she was like, I'm feeling it. I'm like, bet you are.
Falling down.
I bet you are.
Stumbling. I like
Yeah.
when me and Lizzie will catch each other.
Be a little.
After drinking, yeah, we'll like stumble a little bit. Like one
Yeah.
time I was on the boat and I was like,
I'm
I'm like, that's the waves, okay? That ain't me.
That wasn't me. All right, this boat was a rocking.
Anyways, back to the album.
Back to the album.
Back to the album.
But
final track,
Mhm.
hidden track.
Hidden track.
You gotta wait 12 minutes if you're listening to this on a CD or would it be on a vinyl? Do you think? I don't know because that's a lot of.
That's a great question.
That's like you're gonna have to add some squigglies for this.
Yeah.
Anyways, track number 14. It's a cover. Comes in at 4:01. 4 minutes. 1 second. Called "Lovely Day." Now, this is a Bill Withers cover.
1977 classic.
I thought it was a solid cover. Definitely gave the song a different vibe.
Yeah.
I don't think it's better than the original for me. I like the original a lot. But out of covers, I mean, there's a lot of covers I hear where I'm like, this ain't it. Puddle of
Mhm.
Mud, About a Girl, that ain't it. But I thought the new audio, like I said, gave it a whole new sound. I haven't really heard a lot of covers of the song. I don't know if there's any other that really exist. I haven't really searched for it. But I'd give it 7 out of 10.
Okay.
7.5 maybe. It's a solid song. Definitely a cover. If like I was listening to Bill Withers or somebody, I would be like, wow, listen to this cover because it's a pretty good cover.
Yeah. You done?
Yeah.
Okay. For me, I put Hidden Track, cover of Bill Withers' 1977 classic. For the lyrics, it's like, it almost felt weird to like write down lyrics that stood out because it's not their song. You know what I mean? I still did.
Was
though.
you right there? Yeah, I was gonna say curious.
Just one look at you, and I know it's gonna be a lovely day. Like, I like that they kind of
Yeah, they did change it a little bit. It's not so much of a soul song.
Yeah, no,
Bill
not
Withers,
at all.
very soul man,
Not at all.
jazzy R&B,
Um,
rock and roll, whatever you want to call it.
yeah, I put this is the first Alt J song I ever heard, or at least like heard and was like,
Really?
what was
Okay,
that?
because you were saying earlier that Hunger of the Pond was the second, and I was gonna ask you what the first was, but I was like,
Yeah,
maybe he'll tell me.
yeah, it
And
was.
God damn it waited till the last song, but all right.
This was it.
So this was the first song you heard. How did you hear it?
CD 1025.
Okay, they just played it. Word.
Back
All right.
in like
I was
2016.
gonna say, does that station even exist now?
No,
Okay.
no, it changed, and I don't know if that station even exists anymore.
Funny story about a radio station. This will be quick. 92. I think they were 92.9. They played like oldies. I'm talking
Uh-huh.
real oldies. Like I didn't know a lot of them, but it was very easy listening. Well, like a week or two ago, the sports talk radio I listened to, they were covering a game, and I was like, I don't want to hear this. I'm not a big basketball fan. So I turned on that 92.9, and it started playing like Spanish music.
Okay.
And I was like, damn, they're gone. They're done. Like,
They're dead.
pretty sure
They're dead.
the hits, the oldies, they're gone, man.
Yeah.
Got replaced. This is still catchy though.
Yeah.
Spanish music, Mexican
Yeah.
music, whatever you want to call it.
Hasta Vino Capillo.
Yeah,
Yeah.
fucking, how can I be mad? Like I don't even know what they're saying, but
It hits.
this is fucking good stuff.
It's vibe. So yeah, no, like CD 1025, and it was like 2016, 2017, end of 2016, end of 2017. Like this was playing while I was like delivering pizza, and I was like, this song's a vibe. I like this. Who is this band? I really did appreciate the fact that they put their own unique spin on it.
Yeah, they didn't try to make it sound like the original.
No,
I
because
will give them that for sure.
you can do a bad cover and like fail as a cover, and that's one thing. I feel like it's almost worse to just try to do beat for beat the same song. Because what the fuck are you even doing at that
Well,
point? IMO.
I feel like yeah, I agree with you to a degree. I think if you try to copy it and then you just butcher it, I think that makes it 10 times worse. I think if you copy it and it's not the greatest, I still give you points for it. Because I mean, I would assume that the band likes that. Like, why would you cover a song?
Mm-hmm.
Because their vocal range is pretty big. I wouldn't expect them to choose a track like "Lovely Day." I would expect them to go more pop,
Mm-hmm.
if anything.
Yeah.
It's my 2 cents.
I don't know. For me, it's like if you like do a cover and it sucks and it's bad and you just like fall on your face, it's like, well, that's just on you. And it's like, if you like, was that a lovely day that you just did?
No.
Okay.
I don't know why I sang about a girl because that's not even
Oh.
the lyrics of about a girl. Yeah.
Is what you meant. But if you just like do like beat for beat the exact same song, it's like, man, you didn't even try. Like, you're not.
You had
Come
your
on.
chance and you blew.
Yeah. So yeah, I like that they did their own song, like spin on the song. I love the song. It was what made me want to hear like more Alt J. I put cool ass flute. I like the like at the end of the song as it kind of fades out. This is another one I gave it 10 out of 10. It's one of two that I gave that score. So yeah. Yeah.
I don't think I gave it a rating, but I would give it an 8.5 out of 10.
Okay.
I don't know if I did give it a rating. I'm just flying. I didn't write a rating down, but I would give it an 8.5.
Was it because it was a cover?
That it was that high?
No, that it didn't like get a rating.
Probably, yeah.
Okay. Fair. As a cover, I give it like a 10.
But
Oh, Jesus.
you
my
bring a valid
fucking
point. Maybe
cat.
I should give ratings because
One sec. Look at my cat. Look at him.
It's fucking him with a rug.
His collar.
Oh yeah. He's like wearing it like a sombrero.
He got fucked up.
Fucked up.
Trey. So yeah, that was This Is All Yours by All J. Overall thoughts. What did you think?
Overall, I thought it was pretty good. Definitely grew on me. I probably won't really. I don't plan on listening to cover again.
Mm-hmm.
I won't say there was like some hard tracks to listen to. None of them were hard to listen to, but there's definitely a couple outliers and a couple songs where I'm like, this ain't really 100% me.
Mm-hmm.
I did give it a lot of 7s out of 10, but like I said, that's kind of just the 7 out of 10 was like a mediocre score for me.
That's passing.
Oh yeah, 100% it's passing. Like I don't think any of this was bad. If I was gonna say anything bad, I would say the
Interlude.
yes, that one that's only like a minute. The Garden of England. Yeah, I
It
would
doesn't
give
waste
that.
your time.
Intro's kind of so-so. Rival and Nara, not bad, but
It's getting there.
Yeah, Nara better than Arrival and Nara.
Mm-hmm.
Every other Freckle I thought was pretty good. Left Hand Free, stand out. I would say my top 3 would probably, in no order, would be Left Hand Free, Hunger of the Pine, and the Gospel of John Hurt.
Okay.
Top 5 would probably, in no particular order, but that would probably be my top 3 in no particular order. But if I was to add 2 more songs, I would probably put Lovely Day. I would put in there, but I'm not really going to consider it because it's a cover. Which kind of grandfathers it in. I feel like just because it's a solid song to begin with.
As long as you don't fuck it up, you good.
I'd probably add in Every Other Freckle. Now that'd probably be towards the end of it, but just because I'm a sucker for a song with the doo-doo-doos. And
Warm Foothills
maybe, yeah, I'd probably say because I did say it's in my top 5.
or Blood Flood.
I wasn't a big fan of Blood Flood.
Okay.
I would say Warm Foothills.
Okay.
You put the words in my mouth for me. So,
Okay.
what about you? What do you think your top 5 is off the cuff?
Top 5. Lovely Day.
In no order, right?
Yeah, but Lovely Day and Hunger Than Pine. I mean, they're both like 10s out of 10s for
that's
me.
what you heard first and second, so that makes sense.
Obviously, they're gonna make it. Blood Flood Part 2 makes the cut. Gospel of John Hurt makes the cut. Ooh. Now it's between, because I really didn't start getting generous with the album until like the second half, or at least page 2. So I'm gonna give it to Left Hand Free over Warm Foothills, but Warm Foothills is a close number 6. Yeah,
Kind of too hard to tell for your overall 5.
Yeah, I really like a lot that Warm Foothills does, but I just feel like Left Hand Free is just more catchy.
Yeah, definitely. It's something you'd hear on the radio more than Warm Foothills.
So, but no, it's funny because whenever I found out what that song was about, Left Hand Free, it was and Alex told me about it, and we were in like a rental car that we got while we were in Arizona, and there's this big fucking hill that we were going up. And I remember bro, it was like 25 minutes. We had to like go up and up and up and round and round and down and just more up and up. And like, I was like, that's what it's about as we're like playing. I'm like, okay. So, yeah. Yeah. I like us. But yeah, overall, I don't know if we did it for like for the other albums, but I'd probably give this album like overall, like a strong like 7.5 out of 10.
Okay.
Maybe an 8 if I'm really.
I would be more on the lines of like a 6.5 to a 7. I know I gave it a lot of 7s and more scores over a 7, but overall, I don't know. I'd say I'll stay at for a 7 actually.
Okay.
Because I don't feel like it's bad, but there is some of it that I feel like is.
I could definitely see me enjoying this album more than you.
That's fair. That's a fair point.
Just because of like my musical taste.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Fair.
So yeah, that makes sense. Respect.
All right.
Good album.
That wraps it up.
Next week's album.
I don't have it off the cuff.
All right.
We'll talk about it later.
Dealer's pick.
I'll probably just plug it in because I don't really know. I was thinking about it. I didn't really have one picked out.
I was gonna say, like, if you want, like, we can leave the shit out here and like we can chill, eat.
Oh yeah, we can
smoke,
come back to
and,
it.
Like,
yeah.
and just be like,
We'll
and by the way,
something. Yeah,
you know, or like we can just keep them in the dark until next week. It don't matter.
But we just keep them in the dark. I'm gonna I broke the seal. I'm gonna have to take a piss and we'll get back to movie trivia.
Okay, that's fine by me. Go.
All right, we're back. About to knock this shot out. We're gonna get into me asking Shane 5 questions about which movie grossed more. So ting ting. Let's do this shot of Makey's marker. Mmm. Yummy, yummy. All right. So movie trivia this week. We're doing grossing. Now we did movie trivia last week. Your movie trivia, not mine. Did you see what I did?
Yeah, that's
I
like
was
go
like,
for it.
reach for
Give
the
me
fresh
that.
beer. It's like, nah, boy, you ain't there yet.
I was gonna say, bro, I can take over the sour if you want. I'll polish it off if you want.
Nah. Let me get a couple more. I will let you. Let me get a couple more swigs off though, because it is good.
I was gonna say once it starts getting down the spittle, I'm probably good, but like, yeah, there you go. Yeah.
Yeah, let me just get one for the road.
All right.
Anyways, because we just did that fucking shot too. Anyways, so movie trivia for this week. I'm going with movies from 2005. Now I realized
2005.
we were probably around 9 to 10 years old, depending on when these came out.
Okay.
So I don't really expect you to. I'm curious if you've seen all of them. So we're gonna go through them, and I'm gonna ask you if you've seen all of them. My number one matchup and my number two matchup, not in any order. They both feature Nick Cage. So I'm kind of curious to see. Obviously, I know you've seen the one
I
I'm
know
talking
what Wonder
about.
Woman is.
But it's crazy he had 2 movies come out in 2005. He might have had more come out, but this is just the list I put together. Anyways, so coming up first, we have Bad News Bears. Which, have you seen that with Billy Bob Thornton? Not the original. This is a remake with Billy Bob Thornton.
Oh, he wasn't in this. Okay, I thought Nick.
No.
I was like,
No.
as who?
No, he's in the next movie
Okay.
that I will introduce. But Bad News Bears. Bad News Bears. Which came out in July of 2005.
Billy Bob.
By Paramount Pictures.
I remember he like showed up to fuck the one kid's mom, and then like the kid caught him leaving. He was like, "Hey, coach." He's
You gotta
like,
keep your glove oiled.
"You gotta oil your glove, all right? You gotta." Hey, wait. It's fine. It's fine. It's too late. It's too late.
It's a cool. I spilt some of it on me, so.
Oh,
dude.
Fuck.
Cheers
Oh my
again to
god, it's so
Erie
good.
Brewing.
Oh.
And it's fresh too. Like when I was looking at the date, I was like, this shit is. Shane probably got like the stuff that came off the assembly line first. You're like, we're gonna have to pause it. I gotta go to the bathroom. I gotta relieve myself.
It's
sexually.
like I need to change my undies, put on some Fresh Boys, dude. Like, I mean, I had like 2 of these last night. Neither of them tasted this good.
Really?
Yeah. Like I mean,
it's the follow-up beer.
No, it
It is the closer.
It is. It is. It's the send-off beer. I'm gonna have like another one of these. I'm gonna
After you leave,
off,
and then maybe another one.
And I'm probably gonna have another one while you're here, and then have another one and another one after you leave, probably.
And then we'll wake up in the morning.
Feel okay?
Wake up in the morning.
Feeling all right.
Like P did. No.
You better buy that beer quick.
Anyways, all right. Back to movie trivia. So we got Bad News Bears.
Okay.
I don't know why I keep saying Bad News Bears.
Beers.
Going up against a movie you and I watched together, Lord of War.
Okay.
Coming out in September of 2005 by Lionsgate. Now, which of those 2 movies, out of the 2 of them, which one do you think made more money?
Bad News Bears.
100%.
Because my reason behind this is because it's off an existing IP. It's
very different though. I feel like
it is, but it's a remake of a movie from the 70s.
100%.
So there's
gonna
already
get that.
like a set fan base.
I agree with you.
As opposed to like an original movie.
No, it's pretty close. It's within 12 million.
Still one though.
Bad News Bears, 32 million, 32.8 million. Oh damn it, scroll wrong here. Lord of War was 24 million, 24.1 million. So yeah, you got that one. Ding ding. Question number 2. National Treasure.
Okay.
Came out in November of 2019. Have you seen it? I'm sure you have.
Yeah, in school.
Okay. Yeah, it was a Walt Disney Studios motion picture.
Fucking Disney.
Versus going up against Cheaper by the Dozen 2.
I am going to say, and don't tell me right away, I'll tell you my reasoning behind why I think this. I'm going National Treasure because... Because, 1, it's Disney. So, like, that's, like, immediately, like, oh, it's a Disney movie. 2, Cheaper by the Dozen 2 is a sequel, and sequels generally tend to do worse than the original. So, am I right?
Well, I'm kind of contradicted here because I see that Cheaper by the Dozen 2 uh, came in at 45.9 million versus National Treasure 22.8.
Damn.
But the overall gross was higher for National Treasure. Now, I don't know what that takes into consideration. I don't know if that's like DVD sales or what. But that was 173 million versus 82 million of Cheaper by the Dozen. So we're just going to call it a tie on that one.
I feel like I won that one, but I'm fine with it being a tie. Maybe it's like wait, does it say domestic?
It doesn't. I just copy and paste it. So
Okay, because like domestic is just like the United States.
we'll say
Worldwide is like a whole other thing.
you're 1 for 1. We'll just count that as a tie, and hopefully you fucking
Sure.
miss 2 more or get 2 more right. So matchup number 3, we have because I most of the numbers are the same, but I remember seeing on the columns it was like initial gross and then total gross. So I don't know what the
DVD
total.
sales were also like a big thing back then.
So that's where I'm thinking National Treasure peaked out, which would make sense. Because I feel like National Treasure, it holds up. I watched it a few years ago, and I love Nick Cage in that. He's very quirky. It's like
I like when
I
he's
like
like,
this dude.
ah!
And he's like
And
hooking up with the chick that like works at the White House or whatever. It's like she's kind of cute.
I like he's like, oh fuck, I'm hurt, and then he's like, no, I'm kidding. I couldn't resist. I just put my hand in the thing,
So our third matchup here is these are 2 boxing movies.
Okay.
Oh, by the way, Cheaper by the Dozen 2 you haven't seen, right?
No.
I believe I've seen it, and I've seen National Treasure. Thing I love about Microsoft Word is it has these ads, so they just pop up on my screen.
Pal,
so we're gonna have to cut this out at around 111. All right. So yeah, matchup number 3. We have 2 boxing movies. From what? Oh,
thanks. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to snap at you.
No,
I
you're
just
good.
thought it would be a little more subtle and be like, give me that fucking.
Bring back my son.
Give me my son. Give me the money.
Matchup number 3.
Okay.
2 boxing movies. We got Cinderella Man, which came out on my birthday, supposedly June 3rd of 2005, versus $1 Million Baby.
Ooh, fuck, that's a tough one. Because
have you seen both?
Not entirely. I've seen $1 Million Baby. Have you?
Yes.
I haven't seen.
I love that movie. It's a good movie.
It's a very good movie. She's like, bite through your tongue. Or no, she decides to bite through her tongue. Yeah. She's like, will you go ahead and just sign this? I'm gonna put the pen in your mouth.
Yeah.
That is tough.
She's got her Disney shirt on.
She's
like Mickey Mouse shirt. She's like, fucking obese.
She's like, I'm like, fuck you. I ain't signing that shit. Yeah. No, that is tough because one, fucking like Clint Eastwood is the director of $1 Million Baby.
Mm-hmm. And he's in it.
Yeah, he's in it. He's the fucking guy. He's the coach. He's the trainer. So that's a draw right there for like a certain crowd. And then with Cinderella Man, that was Russell Crowe, and that was like pretty hot off the. I mean, not hot off the tails, but he is off of the tails of motherfucking Gladiator.
Now you've seen Cinderella Man, though, or is that the one you've seen part of it?
Part of it.
See, I've only seen part of it too. My mom had it on DVD and she loved it, but I didn't really watch it.
I remember being on Xanax my junior year of high school, and I was watching it in English class. That's where I saw it. And
old Slatter.
Bro, fucking Miss Phillips with her piercing green eyes.
You liked her.
With her red hair.
It's like, I know she's married.
I just want to touch her face. But she
when I love out on the ice, I don't deserve it.
Exactly. Well, you speak up in the mic there a little bit. No, I remember like she put it on for us for like some reason. I'm like, what is this? Some classic
Cinderella Man
right here? Yeah.
Fucking 05 and like 2012. Okay.
Yeah, 13.
I didn't have her.
I'm like, you didn't. Why are you playing this? Anyway. No, she put on.
Why you always lying?
Why you always playing Russell Crowe movies? No, she queued it up and like we were watching it. I was on Xanax that day. It was when I was driving the Grand Marquis, and I remember, the boat. Fucking like I had that class with Kyle, and like the movie takes place in like the 1920s, and and that was back when people talk like this. He's really coming down.
Quick it up and now.
He's laying the haymakers on him. I'll tell you what right now. And then fucking Kyle turns to me and he's like, and McFarland hits the ball. And dude, I started dying. And Miss Phillips just shot me this look of what the fuck?
Why is he laughing?
What the fuck's this guy's deal?
And McFarland hits the ball.
He hits the ball.
About to text Kyle that.
So fucking funny. That killed me, bro. But I'm gonna say $1 Million Baby won.
Correct.
Mm.
Yeah, $1 Million
Let's
Baby.
fucking go.
I might actually, I might watch that again. I think I have it on DVD.
Fuck, dude, I might watch $1 Million Baby.
Yeah, no, I haven't seen it as an adult. I think the last time I saw it, I was at Heights still. I think my dad put it on and I watched it. So the next matchup, a little bit more cheerful, not violence, no boxing. We got Madagascar going up against Chicken Little.
Chicken Little. Ooh.
Madagascar is DreamWorks. Chicken Little is Walt Disney.
Okay.
You got Madagascar coming out in May of 2005, and Chicken Little came out in November. Sky might be falling.
Okay. That's interesting.
Now, this one is about 70 million difference. So
Okay. So Chicken Little and what?
Madagascar.
Here's the thing. I know that Madagascar
Have you seen both of them?
Yes.
Okay.
I know that Madagascar went on to grow, not to gross, but
had a sequel, obviously.
it had 2 sequels.
Yeah, I think you're right. After I said that, I was like, I think there is a third one. I haven't seen the third one though.
It fucking made enough money to get a show on Nickelodeon, of all places.
Really?
Yeah.
Did it have the original cast?
No. It was the Penguins.
Oh,
The Penguins had a spinoff where it was the 4 of them, and
Smile and Wave, boys, smile and wave.
on top of that, I had the Penguins video game for the Game Boy Advance.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
it obviously was successful enough, but then I'm like, Chicken Little, it's it is Walt Disney, but I'm pretty sure it's not a remake of anything. Not really. I'm gonna go Madagascar on this one.
correct, you are.
All right, let's
Correct,
go.
you are. All right, so you're kind of. I mean, 3 out of 4, even if I discarded the one with the Cheaper by the Dozen and National Treasure conflict there. But, I mean, you've already kind of won it because 3 out of 5 would win it. Now, the final matchup, like I said, you've already won, technically.
Okay.
Now, the final matchup is number 1 and number 2 for the year of 2005. So, with that being said.
Oh, I think I know already.
The final matchup, what are you thinking?
Go ahead.
Is Star Wars.
Star Wars.
Episode 3.
Episode 3. Star Wars Episode 3. It won.
The Sith.
It won.
Versus Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire. Ooh! Correct, you are.
Oh, okay. I was like, as soon as I heard Harry Potter, bro, my eyes went
No, it's over 100 million difference. Star Wars Episode 3 came in with 380.2 million.
Okay. Dude,
that might be
so
billion. Shit, I don't know.
No.
Anyways, no, million. You're like, no.
No, dude.
Harry Potter came in with, it's just a huge number, 273 million. So $113 million difference between the two, number 1 and number 2, which is a huge difference. Star Wars, like you were saying earlier with the Bad News Bears, it's always going to bring a crowd.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean,
but Harry Potter brings a crowd too. But it's no surprise that they were number 1 and number 2.
Do we know what entry of the fucking Harry Potter movies that was?
I think number 2 or number 3. That's pretty early. I think I read the Goblet.
No, number 2 was something else, and then
Chamber of Secrets, I think.
Yeah, maybe. Chamber of Secrets. I can't remember what the third was. Maybe Prisoner of Azkaban.
Yeah, I think you're right. Anyways, so that's number 1 and number 2. Madagascar came in at number 8.
Okay.
Chicken Little came in at number 15. $1 Million Baby came in at 19. Cinderella Man came in at 42.
Okay.
Cheaper by the Dozen came in at 62. Bad News Bears came in at, I said it the right way that time, came in at 81, and then you got Lord of War coming in at 107, and National Treasure coming in at 111, which is crazy. I could see National Treasure being better than Lord of War, but you and me both are a fan of Nick Cage. That's crazy. He had 2 movies come out that were pretty decently successful. I mean, they only made 24 million and
Yeah,
22
that's a
million.
lot of fucking movies. Holy fuck.
Yeah, 2 years. Yeah, and that was in 05. And he might have came out with other stuff. I was scrolling
Just
through
in
like
general,
the
like
top 100,
Bono, like, fuck.
but what was the lowest one on here?
That's like 2 fucking week.
111 was National Treasure coming in at 22 million. Your number one came in at 380 million.
What was it? What? Say that again.
Number 111, which was the lowest one I picked on this list, which was National Treasure, came
Okay.
in at 22 million, but it overall grossed 173 million.
Okay.
And your number one came in at 380 million.
Okay. Yeah, dude. No, like, because I remember going to see. Star Wars Episode 6 or Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith.
Yeah.
It was May 19th, 2005, the day it came out.
Nice.
Yeah.
May the Force be with you.
Yeah, May 19th. Went and saw it. Fucking initially, like, as soon as you're like number 1 and number 2, I was like, dude, it's Star Wars. It's Star
Yeah,
Wars. And
I like
as
how
soon
you
as you
know
said
that.
Star Wars, I was like, yep, that's it. It's like this movie's got like
I mean, that's
fucking-
good. I should know better.
It's got like 25 plus.
I
years
wish I
of
would've-
fandom.
Played a little bit more poker face, a little bit more gaga on you, and just been like, number 2, though. My number 2 inductee, though, is Harry Potter. Because you were like, oh, wait a minute.
No, as soon as
should've
Harry
played
Potter
into
showed
that.
up, I was like,
I could have been like, da-na-na, da-na-na.
fuck. But yeah, no, it's like it's not Harry Potter, it's Star Wars because it's like as far as we knew, that was like
Spaceballs.
at the time it was like that's the last like Harry Potter or I keep fucking saying it. That's the last Star Wars movie we're getting. That was the prequel, and then like 10 years after that, the sequel trilogy
10
started.
years after Led Zeppelin.
So,
All right, let's get into your movie trivia.
what are we at? Just because I'm
We're at
curious.
an hour and 20 minutes.
Hour 20?
Hour 21. Hour 22.
Fuck. Okay, I'll make this quick then. Trivia. This week's trivia is gonna be Longlegs. Released July 12th, 2024. Directed by Oz Perkins. With a budget-
Osgood Perkins.
No, at this time he was only Osgood, or he was only Oz. It was whenever the
That's
monkey.
what I said.
It was when the monkey came out that he was like, "I'm just gonna get my full name, Osgood." So directed by Oz Perkins. Budget. This was hard to find. I saw as low as 3.5 million, but then I also saw budget under 10 million. So
Well,
most
both are true.
they are, but like
You don't know if that's the second one is.
it's like
yeah.
is under 10 million like
Huh.
9 million.
How much did it gross? Do you have that?
Box office of 126 million.
Success. That's all that matters.
Smashing success. That's
It
huge.
should be, as it should be.
It got like 12 times its budget back. It is the highest grossing independent film of 2024, as well as Neon's the production company.
Okay, yeah.
It is their highest grossing domestic film of all time.
Okay, I was going to say ever?
Dude,
Bet you are, kid.
126.
That's pretty
like,
good.
that- for just a horror movie
Yeah.
that's original?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's very good.
Yeah.
Imagine like you get 6 like Longlegs movies, but the 6th one is like, yep, let's go. We're gonna beat Star Wars Episode 3. All right. To promote the film, Neon created a phone number. That phone number was 458-666-4355, which if dialed, played a pre-recorded message from Nicolas Cage as Longlegs.
Do you know what it said?
Yeah, because I called it.
What is it still active?
You'd have to call and find out.
Hmm.
But yes, no, because it was on a billboard somewhere. I can't remember. Like it wasn't
Probably LA. Was it LA?
probably.
Because I've seen I saw the advertisement for Kill Bill the other day in LA, and it was like the poster of her with the katana,
Yeah,
and it was like bloodshed everywhere, all over the building and stuff. It was very clever.
nice. Yeah, no, this yeah, it wasn't anywhere local. I can tell you that. Probably LA, but it was like a close up of like Nicolas Cage's eye, like this right here, just around the socket. Like it was just because the thing is they withheld
What he looked like, yeah,
until
until in the trailers and stuff until you watch the movie.
Yeah, they wouldn't show you. So yeah, what it said was it said, "Oh, there she is,
the almost birthday girl.
Yeah. He left that part out because they didn't want to like reveal too much, but it was like, there she is. And he was like, and what's your name, little angel? And he was like, I'll be waiting. And then it hung up.
Was it like dial tone?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
You gotta have the dial tone in there.
Yeah. So like that was as soon as I found out about that, I was like, call.
Well,
Bro,
place to call real quick.
I could probably look it up on my phone right now and be like, bro, this is the day I
There's the
called
history.
him. Yeah. So no, that was cool. During filming, Oz Perkins discovered Nicolas Cage had this ability, and in IMDb it said like an ability that only he had, but it's like other people have to know this, I feel like. And like it seems like too broad of a fucking spectrum to be like, no, they don't know it. They don't know it. Only him. But Nicolas Cage had the ability to recognize how high and how low he could speak without messing up the audio. And I put very impressive. Like he could
without like,
like
yeah, okay. I mean that's fair, but I feel like that would be
way down. Like, yeah, I feel like other seasoned actors would know that, but like still,
it's a nice little thing.
yeah, it's
He's
different.
not monotone,
Right.
if anything.
Let me see. Oz Perkins had two people in mind for the role of Longlegs: Nicolas Cage and Brad Pitt.
Quite a one is a successful actor, and I feel like the other one is just
No, I mean they both are. It's just like Nicolas Cage kind of like starts showing up in some shit. So like, but like
he put out a lot of movies here recently.
I feel like
He's out of money though.
I feel like he was. He's getting on the right track in defense.
No,
of Nicolas
yeah,
Cage.
for sure.
But like I want to say like 2018 to like 2008, like Nicolas Cage was not great. But anyway, the Russian title for the film translates to Soul Collector. Micah Monroe was kept in the dark in regards to Nicolas Cage's transformation. She didn't know what he looked like. And the only scene that they
Nice.
share together is the interrogation scene.
Nice.
Yeah. Here's the thing. Whenever they shot that scene, she had a microphone on. And it was like clipped to like, it was like to
Was
her
it measuring
costume.
her heartbeat?
Yes.
Nice.
Yeah.
Is that audio played? Is that what you're going to tell me? They added that in?
No. Well, here's the no. They didn't add it to the movie, but she had. Sorry, I had it written down. I have it written down. Interrogation scene was the first time she saw him. Her mic managed to pick up her heartbeat at a resting rate before the film, like before the scene shot. It was 76 beats per minute. So that's like a pretty.
That's
like,
pretty average, yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty average. By the end of the scene,
130. 150.
170 beats per minute.
That's pretty crazy.
Yeah, so like she was like freaked out by him. That's cool. They use that in their advertisements though. It's gonna get like in this. It's like this was the first time she saw him, and it's like her like outside the room, and she goes in. Then you see
I think
him
I
like
might have seen that.
sit down in front of her. Yeah, so they use that, and that's cool.
Check this out. Let me know now. It could
Be nice. Not once, not twice, but as much as I like.
Yes,
You know.
dude. Yes. I saw that the other day and I was like, I gotta show Shane. Did I show you that before? I feel like I showed you that before. I think I showed it to Lindsay.
You may have.
Okay.
And the final bit of trivia I have is a shadowy, horned goat-like creature representing Satan can be seen 10 times throughout.
10 times, right?
Yeah, 10 times throughout the movie. Yeah.
662 times.
Yeah, you believe that? It's just like if you. Could
I
just
missed
sneak
the other
it in,
4.
But you know. So yeah, that is all I have for Longlegs.
Speaking of goats, on The Witch, because
Yeah.
that was that goat. I think he was like a castaway goat because he was such an asshole. The goat from the movie.
What was he like?
Black,
A goat from a farm that got kicked out?
Yeah, but he was just a dick. He was not good on set. He was reckless.
I could see that.
You ever been around goats?
Not really.
I've probably been to a petting zoo. My grandpa had a goat growing up, Like they had one in the farm,
I don't like that.
and they said, yeah, it was like that kind of goat though. Like it looked like it was
Yeah,
right
yeah.
outside their door,
Right.
and they used to always fuck with it.
I just remember in that movie there's like a part where it like charges like
Yeah,
the
and
dad.
he grabs
He's
the
like,
head.
Fuck
That's
her, like,
everything I've read. It said, yeah, you grab it by the head and you control the animal.
interesting.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Even like a dog, if a dog like Rocco, when I'm playing with him, like that dude, this is so off topic. But last night I was hyping him up in the bed. Me and Lindsay were in bed.
Mm-hmm.
Rocco was up there and I was making him bite me. And Lindsay was like a little buzz. And she was fucking around. She was like fucking like I was fucking with Rocco and then she like smacked him on the ass. So he like went over to her and he started biting her and she was like, he never bites me. And I'm like, but he don't care. Like if you fuck with him, he will.
Once you get him going.
Yeah, he doesn't know how to play bite. Haynes, good dog, knows how to play bite. He doesn't bite you hard.
Yeah.
Rocco though, dude,
He'll get after
He'll
it.
draw blood. Yeah, if you fuck with him enough.
Mm-hmm.
He does not know when to stop.
Yeah. Dude, tell me about it.
But if you like grab him by the neck and you control his head, like, he literally will just get so mad because he can't bite you.
Yeah.
I do it to him all the time. I'm terrible. And then I'm like, all right, dude, we're just playing.
Yeah.
I'm just showing you.
I could stop this if I wanted to.
You haven't even seen the handgun yet.
You haven't seen the 22.
But,
Shane's a really good shot.
It's like I'm gonna have him lay down on the deck and
Shane could hit the pond. All right, he could hit you. So
it's a little water hazard on the property. All right, man.
Well, no. We're not even done yet.
We're not even done yet.
We're not done. We have one more thing. This is short though. It's okay. This is quick. Releasing this week in theaters.
Oh yeah, movie's coming out.
We have The Amateur. It's like a action movie. I hear it's pretty generic. I haven't heard great things. In horror, we have The Drop, which is a movie about a woman going out on a date with a guy for like the first time, and she gets a phone call. It's like we are at your house with your son. We're gonna kill him if you don't kill your date. So like I don't know. It seems like a cool idea that like it looks kind of cheesy. I'm not gonna lie.
Let me see how the day goes because my son, piece of shit.
However, the third and final movie I have listed is it's a war movie. It's called Warfare. Directed by the writer of Sunshine and 28 Days Later,
Danny,
and director of Ex Machina, not Danny Boyle, Alex Garland. Yeah, even though he wrote both those like movies beforehand. So I mean, I
same but different. Is he related to Julie
Garland? Julie Garland? No, I doubt it.
Probably not.
There's a chance.
Probably not though.
But yeah, no. I doubt it, but it could be.
I was just wondering. I'm an idiot.
But no,
probably not.
It looks cool because it takes place in like 2006 in Iraq, and just these guys like held up in a house, and they're like, "Yeah, I think we're surrounded right now. We need to get out of here." And it looks very tense.
Okay.
So like,
sounds good though.
You fuck with Ex Machina, same director.
Yeah.
So who knows?
I like a good war movie.
All right. Well, we are about to fucking wrap up the pod. What are we at?
1:33.
Damn, we fucking ran long tonight.
Well, it'll be a little bit shorter because I'm gonna edit a little bit out because we kind of
pause a little bit.
We're kind of up a little bit, but
he's about to get her.
About to be the final countdown.
He's moving. He's moving.
All right, up here. Goddamn, Arthur.
Yeah.
Throwing them punches. He's like, I got the high ground. Yeah, you better guess the stepping.
But no.
What up, Arthur?
This is a good pod though. I liked it. This is a good episode. Anyway, you know what? Let's do the shot and we'll fucking go out.
This is my glass, right?
Yeah.
I kept pulling them, putting them there because I'm like, I can't remember. I'm not that drunk or anything. I just forget. All right, guys. Well, this has been the working hour. We reviewed.
This is all yours.
By Alt J.
Mm-hmm.
Solid album. Not a terrific album.
It's good.
Something I probably won't listen to all the way through again.
But now wait, before we go, what songs from that album do you think would make it like onto your Spotify as just like songs?
Oh, like my top 5 probably. But honestly, probably my top 3. So Left Hand Free will probably be on there. Hunger the Pine's solid, so I probably won't add it to my like songs. Left Hand Free will definitely be on there, and then the Ballad of John Hurt will probably be added too. Other than that, I'll probably revisit the album and maybe dissect it a little bit, but I don't really see it happening a whole lot after this is all said and done, which it pretty much is after I hit the check mark. What about you?
Try some of that. Oh, I'll tell you. Well, I mean, what's already on there? Hunger of the Pine, fucking lovely day. But
I'll probably listen to that again.
yeah,
Now that you say it.
fucking Gospel of John Hurt, Warm Foothills, and Blood Fled Part 2. And all coming out of the woodwork. Like, yeah, there's some vibes on
No,
there.
that is a vibe.
What do you have another album picked out or no?
We'll come back with that.
Okay.
We'll
come
try
back.
that.
Anyway, this has been the Working Hour. I sure hope you've enjoyed listening. And until next time.
Don't work too hard now.